Let's talk essential oils and emotions, specifically doTERRA Balance Essential Oil. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Stacey Paulson, and I will be sharing with you more about doTERRA Balance and some personal experiences of how essential oils have helped. And then also later on in the video, I'll be sharing my 7 top uses for doTERRA Balance and also one skeptical husband's experience with this oil. And don't forget to click subscribe and have the bell notification so you don't miss out on any of the upcoming videos. And some of the common questions that I get are, what is doTERRA Balance used for? What's it good for? Also, is doTERRA Balance good for anxiety or anxious feelings? And what is doTERRA Balance even made of? And then also people ask me, can you ingest doTERRA Balance? And I will answer that last one right now. No, we don't ingest it. And what's nice about doTERRA oils is that it will tell you right on the bottle. If there's a supplement fact label, it will tell you it's for internal use. And there are many oils that we can use safely internally if they're coming from doTERRA, and it will be on the bottle. But doTERRA Balance does not have that on the bottle, so that's the first answer. But Balance is a fresh, woodsy aroma. It's a perfect go-to oil for if you're wanting feelings of peace or to calm the stress. And this blend evokes tranquility, relaxation, and well-being. Also, it is made of 5 different essential oils and then also contains fractionated coconut oil. And I want to share with you what those oils are and why they're in this blend. What I love about blends is that the oils that are selected, they come together to create a synergy that is more powerful than if you were using those oils individually. So the first one that I love that's in here is called Frankincense. And so this has been used for thousands of years, even for emotional support. And what I love is that it actually can pass the blood-brain barrier. So it is very impactful on our brains, which that's where our mood, our emotions are regulated right there. So it's a very fast way to calm the nerves, the stress, as we use frankincense, but in this blend, because it's also combined with spruce, which is known for its grounding properties. So it helps you feel grounded. If you ever feel like flighty or nervous or just kind of out of control, it can help you feel grounded. Just think of those roots from those big spruce trees that they are grounding. So you do feel that. And this is a gentle aroma, and it's from Asian grown hoe wood. So it soothes the mind and body and introduces feelings of peace. Who doesn't want that right now? Then blue tansy. So blue tansy is actually blue. And so this oil, when you use it, it has a tint of blue, green. I don't know if you can see that on my hand. Ooh. But it has a little bit of a greenish color to it. It's from the blue tansy. And this is distilled from the Moroccan tansy. And that's a flowering plant that is in the daisy family. And it's soft and sweet. And it kind of has a fruity aroma. So it blends really well with the frankincense and the spruce. And then blue chamomile, also known as German chamomile, kind of rounds out that blend. It's calming, comforting. Oftentimes you'll use chamomile tea that is calming. So this is 100 times more potent than tea for feelings that might be discomforting or worrisome or discouragement. So it's very calming for those. And then the last one is called osmanthus, and that is a beautiful flower that helps ease stress. So that blend creates a synergistic effect, and it is super powerful. So you know how we all have times where we just want to freak out. I hope so, because I hope I'm not the only one. But with craziness in the world, I have 6 kids. Who knows what's going on with school? Are they going to school today? Not going to school today? Like, I could use this oil 5 times a day. And I love how we can just put a drop in our hands, breathe it in, and you will immediately start feeling that relaxation. You can do it with your kids. Put a drop in their hands, have them rub it in their hands, and then just breathe it in. And for those teenagers who want to be less painful to you, you can diffuse, because sometimes they will not want to be putting on essential oils, but you can diffuse in your home. And everybody who is breathing that oil in will have the same effects, that it will be calming, grounding for everyone. And I want to share an experience of when I first started using essential oils. I became friends with someone in doTERRA, and she was telling me this experience with her and her husband, that her husband had been on medication and he had really low mood, but wanted to get off of his medication. Also, she had just barely had a baby, experiencing those mama blues. And like most people, sometimes there's a time to take immediate action, and people use prescriptions for that. But oftentimes people want to get off, and they just want to feel themselves without having to use something that has side effects or that having to rely on. And her friend at that time, when she was seeking for some type of solution, had shared oils with her, and one of them being balance. And she said, like, this was her saving grace. This was the oil that had really helped her through some challenging times, to help with the low moods for her husband, and then some of those baby blues that she was experiencing. Super powerful. And after I heard that, I'm like, wow, I had never used oils emotionally. I was mostly using them for physical health support. So emotionally, I was impressed to hear that. I want to share with you the 7 top uses for doTERRA Balance. So the first one, we've been talking about kind of that stress and anxious feelings, helps to manage that. Just put a couple of drops in your hand, cup, and inhale. Another use that you can use this for is when you have those anxious feelings when you're traveling, and also for jet lag. So this helps to quickly overcome that jet lag. Also, it's easy to be able to travel with these little bottles. They're super convenient. I don't go anywhere without them because there's always something that comes up. And so if there is a little bit of those anxious feelings as you're traveling, this is your go-to oil. Also, these are great for those mood swings and stress. If you experience that roller coaster, or someone in your family home experiences that, it is really trying. It can just really upset the balance within your home. If someone is experiencing those mood swings, it's kind of like you're walking on eggshells and you don't know what you're going to get. I've experienced that with a couple of my kids, and I've really found that diffusing the oils can help with that. Also, you can put some underneath your nose, down the spine. The back of the neck is another great place to put them. Also, an experience that I had, and this has really showed me the power of how quickly balance works. My daughter, she's almost 11 now, and when she was younger, she is just full of emotion. Like, she feels emotions deeply. Super happy, super sad, super mad, like just very emotional. And I don't think there's a problem with feeling emotions deeply. I don't have a problem with that. However, she was starting to pound her head on the ground when she would get really upset or wasn't able to control something, that she would pound her head on the ground, and she started to get this big knot on her head, and it wasn't going away. And I started using, what I found was balance was super helpful. And if you could just rub down a little bit on the back of her neck, she hated it. Like, it would make her get more mad, but then within minutes, she was calm. It's like she was in control of her emotions. It wasn't that she wasn't feeling them. It was just that she was in control of how she was expressing those. And that it was eye-opening to me. And it was such a saving thing as a mom, thinking oh, what do you do? What do you do? So that was helpful. Another way that you can use these is for neurological support. So if you have anything neurological going on, think hands, feet, that it's a great support. Rub it on the base of your neck. Like I said, frankincense is one of few substances that pass the blood-brain barrier. So this can be very supportive of neurological support. Also, again, tranquility, meditation. If you do yoga, you can use them for that. Okay, number 6 is for anger and rage. So that, my daughter, that's exactly what we experienced. Sometimes she wasn't angry or raging, but sometimes she was. And you could see how quickly the emotions can change, how you're able to feel things and release those things. So under the nose, back of the neck, diffusing is a great way to use that. And then number 7 is for grief, fear, trauma. And I have a specific video on grief, essential oils for grief, and I will connect that below if you are struggling with that, or you have someone that you know who is struggling with grief and loss, that there are some oils specifically for that you'll want to try. One last thing before I share the the experience of my friend's husband, little skeptic husband. But emotionally, these are really good for calming overactive kids. So if you have an overactive child who's having a hard time settling down, good calming for that. They're especially suited for personalities who like to escape through either disassociation or disconnection. You can also use these emotionally to help you stay focused on a goal until it's actualized. I know there's many who lack focus, that they're all over the place, and so can help bring that focus so that the goal can be met. And then also it provides an inner strength and fortitude. So to the testimony, I love this. So Wendy shared this about her husband. She said that my husband struggles with PTSD from Iraq and is a huge skeptic of essential oils. How many have been there, done that? He says maybe someone dried some grass clippings and they call it an essential oil. So we live in an area where sonic booms and mind blasts are almost a daily occurrence. Today we had a couple of really big ones. He was rocked and immediately his mind went back there. I grabbed some balance, I put a few drops in his hands and had him just breathe it in. And in a couple of minutes, he was calm again. He said, wow, what was that? It really worked. Thanks for letting me share. He is becoming a believer. He asked me to make him a roller bottle for on the go. So I thought that was really impressive. I wanted to share that with you. And you can go ahead and click here for additional videos that I've created to help you to learn how to use them more effectively. And then also here is the one that YouTube suggests. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss my next video coming out, which is essential oils for intimacy.